So to get this started, the curse mark. If nobody knows what the curse mark is, curse mark was basically released it on episode.
It was an earlier episode.
Yeah, I have it right here. I took notes finally for the first time. Let me pull that notes up. But basically, to give detail to it, it was basically a curse mark seal that was given to Sasuke by Orochimaru. For those who do not know Orochimaru,
Maru.
Yeah, Diddy Maru.
He was like the actual living P. Diddy of the Naruto verse.
Yeah.
All bro needed was baby oil.
So basically, the curse mark is like one of a kind.
So how long is this gonna last?
I don't know. Probably.
Just. I guess until we run out.
Yeah, basically. So the curse mark appears in episode 30 of Naruto. It also debuted in chapter 47, volume 6. Basically, there was like, before Sasuke got his whole curse mark, Anko, his other student, got it. She, I think, out of 9 out of 10 people have the curse mark. She's the only one that survived it at the time. So it was kind of a big deal at first. However, she didn't use it as much as Sasuke, so hers kind of went away until later, where Orochimaru came back and was like, "Nah, man, we're gonna make this shit appear." So basically, the seal consists of 3 tomo, basically the same design as the Sharingan. When activated, the seal turns orange. Orange and red, and spreads like flames. So basically, like all curse mark seals, the user receives increased chakra levels and physical capabilities when the seal is activated. So basically to the point where Sasuke was able to compete with Naruto on his one tail form for Kurama, basically. So that was when it first released. When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, holy shit, dude!" That shit was insane. Because they were praising the one tails a lot, basically, and or the 10 tails, 9 tails. I mean, they were basically praising it, and like he was supposed to be like this all-powerful being thing. So even just like a small amount of Kurama slipping out was supposed to be a big deal, because he didn't. Because before that, we got introduced to the one tails, and Naruto barely let some of the chakra out, and he was able to beat him. Which, by the way, that was one tails, like in full body, full effect. That wasn't Gaara. That was, I can't remember his name, but that was like the actual one tail being.
Aku?
I think so.
Are you talking about Aku?
No, I'm
the
talking
one
about
tail
Gaara.
beast.
I'm talking about, yeah, Gaara. I'm talking about Gaara's one tail. Shikaku.
Yeah.
Shikaku.
Yeah. Literally who I was saying, you buster.
Basically, that was supposed to be a big deal. So the fact that the curse mark increased Sasuke's level of chakra and just abilities itself was like fucking mind blowing when I first saw it. Again, the main purpose of the curse seal was for Orochimaru to have a second vessel. That was planned for Anko and Sasuke. Well, later on, like I said, Anko didn't use the sealing technique. She didn't use the curse seal. Basically, it was a failure in Orochimaru's vision. So then he saw Sasuke, and he was like, "Well, fuck it, I'm gonna get this kid and make him into my seal new vessel." So that was the intentional goal for Orochimaru. It wasn't. There was no. Blood did not care whether or not Sasuke was stronger or not. He wanted that Sharingan ability, basically, and he was ready to
Yeah, because he was wanting Itachi too.
Yeah, at the time he wanted Itachi, but Itachi said, "Nah, man, You ain't getting near me, did he? And he was
He
like,
couldn't.
"Oh,
He
fuck."
couldn't even touch Itachi because he would just get folded.
Basically, though, the seal. So the seal, more a little bit about the seal and like design. So both Anko and Sasuke, both of their seals are in the back of their neck, right before it hits the shoulder. Again, Toritomo design to represent the Sharingan for Sasuke. Anko received hers when she was a student of Orochimaru, obviously, and like I said, first people to she was kind of one of the first people to receive the seal or the curse mark, and basically, like I said, it was establishing a 1 in 10 success rate for the procedure, but because she lacked the will to use it, her seal receded.
I got.
And basically, so the reason why Anko didn't remember any of that shit was because he wiped her memory. So he didn't remind her of shit until like later at the Forest of Death, where Anko realized, oh shit, he's actually in there fighting. So she goes there. Then the third Hokage, before the third Hokage seals it off again. Then it was fully removed when Sasuke used it as a medium to revive Orochimaru's consciousness and body via the evil releasing method. Yeah. Thank you. Orochimaru branches Sasuke with the cursed shield march around the Chunin exams, like obvious. He was basically trying to have seal corrode Sasuke's mind so that he could become his next body. Again, I said that. So the second version of it was kind of like a big deal. If you don't know what his second version was the whole wing coming out, one of his left wings coming out, and then having his skin turn grayish, and then the flames exceeding up, and his hair going up, kind of looking like Madara, but not really. That was a big deal. That was a really, really big deal.
He did kind of like, kinda, not like, only a little bit.
Basically, he was able to use that wing to fly and like glide kind of to a degree, and then the star-shaped mark would appear across the bridge of his nose. So basically, like I said, should any limbs be lost during that state, Sasuke could just easily have snakes replace it. Hang on. Hazel, are you in my room, bro? Hang on.
Dropped.
Hazel! It was the kitchen. My bad, fam. Can't trust the dogs. Can't trust the dog.
Chopped.
I swear to God, it sounded like...
You're chopped, buckwheat.
My bad.
You're chopped, buckwheat.
Let's see here. Like I said, if any limbs was to... Basically, he would just replace it with snakes. During the fight with Itachi, though, he lost the curse seal, along with Orochimaru. Earlier being absorbed into Sasuke's body, as were the removed with the sword of Tezuka. According to Kabuto, the seal itself contains Orochimaru's chakra, which Kabuto used in order to improve the binding power of summoning Imperial World Reincarnation. So yeah. And then when Orochimaru was defeated, his subconscious remained splitted among the cursed seals, and then Sasuke used that along with a piece of Kabuto's modified flesh to bring his former original state back into the world of living. So that's pretty much it with the whole chakra, the whole curse mark seal. It's kind of weird, and at the same time it's kind of cool. It just depends. Do you want to go through that pain? Personally, no. Sasuke went through a lot of pain, and it changed his mental mind badly. As soon as he received it, he broke the guy's arms. The dude wasn't able to fight, I don't think, afterwards. So, not only are you losing your mental mind state, but you're also losing your, you're losing everything basically to a degree. Because if you overuse it, you can burn. I'm pretty sure, or something happens to you. I can't remember. So you basically have to ask yourself. You're like, are you willing to risk your mental mind and your ability to do things in order to receive power, or are you not gonna? Or are you gonna be like me and not take it? Personally, to me, that's not worth it. But not about them sitting there fucking groaning in pain just because I want to beat a demon fox kid brat. It's not worth it. I would love to know y'all's answers though. Do you guys think it's worth it or not?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I wasn't paying attention. It's that, like, it's possible I might be chopped.
Okay, bro. What about you, other three? Nah, not worth it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It ain't worth it.
I would just say it's not worth it.
This bro. Snowy, what about you?
I'm in my own little world.
Snowy.
Oh, Snowy! You gotta hit the high note, you know.
Bro, were you not listening either?
Shots. I was. Well. Never mind. I was not, but you know, it is what it is.
Dog, come on, guys. Don't make me waste my time here. Seriously.
What was the question?
The question was, is it worth getting the curse seal or not? Curse mark.
No. I'm gonna say no. No, it's not. It's really not. Especially since he didn't even need it.
No, he really
later on.
No, he really didn't.
In my honest opinion, he wasted his time with it. But I mean, I guess he really couldn't do anything because he was forced to have it.
Bro didn't really have
Personally.
He just bit him on the neck.
That was some Diddy shit.
like right next to the neck too. Some vampire type of shit.
Yeah, that's some Diddy stuff, right?
But yeah, I'm sorry guys, it's not worth me getting bit on the neck.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm alright.
When he did it with Anko, I let it slide, but since he did it with Sasuke, I was like, nah, bro, come on now.
He was trying to Diddy Sasuke. He wasn't trying to have him as a vessel. He was trying to. He did Diddy him actually.
No, and
if you think about it.
Later on, he was actually placing him so much, in fact. So
he was indeed.
There was like a couple of fights where him and Jiraiya was like, "Hey, what the hell are you guys fighting about?"
Yeah.
Fighting over a dry wall? Did I hear that right? You slam, let me get it straight. You're fighting over a pillow?
Chopped.
Oh, you're crazy, dude. You're chopped. Straight cooked. Anyways. Basically though, there was one episode, him and Jiraiya were sitting there, like, not sitting there, but they were fighting and they were talking, and he was like, he basically looked at Jiraiya and said, "Hey, you can have that fucking nine-tailed brat. My Sasuke is so much better." Word for word, quote unquote, what he said.
The glaive was actually kind of crazy though.
And that was kid version. So this was right after him and Naruto were going head to head. No. This is where Naruto surpassed him basically. Because of his Kurama state power. Because at that point, Sasuke was already like pissed. So the
Orochimaru should have known that the Nine Tails would have been stronger than some curse mark. Sure, Sasuke was an Uchiha prodigy like his brother, but we're talking about the Nine-Tailed Fox here being sealed into an Uzumaki, and the Uzumaki have insane chakra bulls. So I don't know what bro was thinking, but you know.
I don't know what
It is what it is.
Either.
Me personally, I'm a Sasuke glazer to the very end. New Uchiha clan all day. But Naruto, I mean, he had the nine-tailed fox, and when he was like in the middle of the war, he had the nine tails under his control completely.
And before that, he was even using his own jutsu to fight against the Nine Tails. Let me remind you guys, Naruto not once took a break. From the time of his starting of his training with Killer Bee, not once was he able to get a break. After the Waterfall of Truth, actually, to be exact. After that happened, they took a break, went back, then they fought with each other. Naruto got control, talked to his mother, sat down. Then he realized Kisame was there and he was like, bro, do you really think you can hide? Fought Kisame, then found out, holy shit, there's people going on. So then he was using his jutsu to get there. Then he had like a little fight with Iruka, because Iruka tried to stop him. Then he went down there, used Shadow Clone Jutsu basically, while using the Kurama state. Had clones go all the way to the battlefields, different battlefields and shit. Then he went up against Itachi and Nagato, and he actually was throwing hands with Itachi. So there wasn't like a whole chit-chat thing. They were actually throwing hands. And then they went off and started doing other things, and then he went up against the Tailed Beast. Just him and Killer Bee, by the way. Then once the Tailed Beast, he got full control of Kurama, because Kurama befriended him. And you get the idea. Basically, there was no stopping point. Bro did not have a break. The only break he had was when he died. That was it. That was the only break he got. So bro was already using so much chakra pull. So his chakra pull, like Skullfire said here, it's fucking horrendous. So like he said, I don't know what Orochimaru was thinking. The only explanation I can give you guys is probably at the time Orochimaru was like, just because he was the kid of Kushina doesn't mean he was gonna have the full fucking Uzumaki chakra pull. Because he probably thought the only thing I can say is he probably thought as well that he wasn't gonna be like Minato, because Jiraiya even said to Tsunade, Minato Namikaze is a one-of-a-kind generation. He only comes once a generation. So I guess that's the only thing I can give.
I guess you could say that. I mean, I guess he kind of was like me. I mean, he surpassed Minato, and then
that's kind of where, like, I would love to say too, or I would like to say, not really love to say, but I would definitely like to say that's kind of where Orochimaru was like, yo, all right, man, calm down there a bit, because you know he went up against Pain, all 6 of them. And then I think he was dead at that point. Because Sasuke was doing his own shit at that time. So then White Setsu came to him and was like, yo, guess what Naruto did? And then Sasuke just kind of had a smile. Like, bro was happy, like, come on now. Which was a cool scene, in my opinion. Him telling Sasuke and his crew, like, hey, Naruto was able to defeat Pain of the Akatsuki. So I definitely don't think that curse mark is worth it, man, especially if you're going up against someone, if you're going up against someone like Naruto, maybe the 1 tails or the 2 tails or the 3 tails, but definitely not, or hell, even the 4 tails, but definitely not 5 through 8, or 5 through 9. I would not do it. I wouldn't take it for that. That's not worth it.
A curse mark, and it has like way more cons than it has pros.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like it's yeah.
It's like a Orochimaru Hiki, bro. I would not want that.
I would not want that either. Yo, just be lucky.
The Orochimaru Hiki, bro.
Let's be lucky we didn't add that here yet. Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be somebody. It's gonna be like Jack.
Jack's gonna become Orochimaru.
It would not surprise me.
I'd have to put his ass down.
Yeah, dude. Freaky ass, dude.
As his master and Hokage, I would have to put his ass down permanently.
What if I just like usurped your throne?
I will say this. There's no way I'm going down like Hiruzen. I'm gonna just make that promise right now.
I mean, he tried. I will give him that much. He tried, but he failed.
He did try.
Ultimately.
Listen, he did take his arms with him. I can give him props for that.
Yeah, but he just got his arms again. Like, there was no point.
Yeah. Later, like, after, like, 100 span, he got his arms back, I think it was. Or maybe a 50-yard span.
I should have been trying way harder than that, I'm here to tell you.
I mean, the only thing I loved about that scene was the speech he gave, and he was like, even though if I die, fool, there's gonna be more, or somebody else that's gonna come over there and beat the hell out of you. And he was true. It was true. Like, not even 30 or 40 episodes in Shippuden, Naruto versus Orochimaru. Ninetales, or I guess I should say Ninetales versus Orochimaru, and he fucked him up. Basically, from what I remember.
Orochimaru is a flop, I'm here to tell you. Listen, he was strong in the original series. he wasn't strong in Shippuden.
No, he really got downgraded after Shippuden came out.
No, during Shippuden.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So that's basically it for the curse mark. Any questions? Oh, I will say this.
I'm not gonna.
I will say this, because I do have a feeling one of you guys are gonna ask this. That curse mark uses a lot of fucking chakra. So, even if you had it, your chakra would be drained.
You need to be like an Uzumaki, like a full-blooded Uzumaki to be able to handle its chakra draining. And even then, it's still kind of iffy.
Yeah, basically, like we said, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. Anyone crazy enough just loves to have fucking pain in their life. Anyone that takes it.
And I don't even know like why they would take it, because it's just like, well, that's a dumb idea, because there's no point in doing all that.
Listen, nobody tell anyone about this curse mark. They have to watch it on the channel to learn about it. So if I bring it out into the server, just don't let them know. We'll trick them all. Trust.
Well, those people that didn't join are a bunch of fools.
Lesson learned, guys. You don't need a snake dude biting you on the neck just for power. Yeah, lesson learned.
The Orochimaru Hiki, guys.
I personally wouldn't want that shit. I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemies.
Orochimaru Hiki.
Exactly, like I said. The only person that would ever want that is somebody that loves pain.
Trying to be like Nagato over here. You're not Nagato. Guys, just don't.
That's called a kink, otherwise here.
Otherwise who?
He said hero.
Hero, that's crazy.
Oh my god, bruh. Oh, that kid.
Hero needs to retaliate.
He needs to start his that could
Hero's chops. Hero's chops.
Bro, if I find out one of my students get that curse mark, I'm gonna put them down permanently.
The Orochimaru Hiki.
Snowy, I will put your ass down permanently.
The Maru Hiki.
No, I'll tell you guys right now. That's a no-no for me. Okay. You didn't do anything.
They're still gonna get it. If I find out Rumi over here gets, I'm crashing. I'm tweaking. There goes the clan.
I'm just gonna kill off the clan.
I will. I genuinely will. No, like, bro, you're not Sasuke. Pop off.
It's the fact. No, it's just something that seems like Hero would do. Like, Hero wouldn't know about it either. Actually, I say that, but no, Hero was teaching me some shit. I'm not even gonna lie. That was kind of.
What was he saying?
He was talking about who was it? The fucking bone guy. I can't say his name right. Hero blazes him.
Oh, the guy from the Kage clan?
Yeah.
Kimimaru.
Yeah, no, Hero was teaching me about that guy, but listen, guys, I don't pay attention to an emo guy that dies 5 episodes.
What did he tell you about? What did he tell you about him?
He just told me about his, like, clan and stuff.
No, the Kage. Okay, the Kage clan is probably one of the most unknown clans in existence. That's got to be like
Yeah, but his
that
clan
other.
his clan went into
His
depth within
clan.
those episodes.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It'd be nice if we get born from the Kage clan.
See,
Because, you know.
the only thing that killed him off was he had an illness, and that's why he couldn't be a vessel for Orochimaru. But Orochimaru decided to keep him because of that.
Had, like, so much potential. If anything, he was just a white-haired Sasuke.
Yep.
Basically, if you merge Kakashi and
it was definitely a sad waste of potential, in my opinion. He was good.
No, because he was good with those bones. He was good with his bone release.
I mean, he went toe to toe with the Drunken Fist, and then he even went toe to toe with Gaara. So, and then he even went toe to toe with Naruto. But I mean, that was, let's be real here. When that arc happened, we really, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think anyone expected Naruto to do much. Even after he beat the hell out of Gaara. But then he showed his one tails, and it was like, damn, bro, this shit's about to get real. On to the next topic, go. Hokage role.
Oh, the Hokage.
The Hokage.
Some people do end up getting this confused with the Shadow Hokage at times.
I will go in full depth of the Hokage.
I guess I could do Shadow Hokage next.
Yeah. So, the Hokage. Oh, see, this is a good one. Let me. So
You're chopped.
No. I don't have any. I got this. I just gotta
You're
change
chopped.
something.
You're chopped.
So
You're
when it
chopped.
comes to the Hokage, let me tell you guys. Let me tell you guys something. I got Naruto on here with the Hokage cloak. I could have done the other one. But anyways, the Hokage is such an important role. The Hokage, Naruto said it. Hiruzen has said it. Minato says it. And even Kakashi has said it at one point. When it comes to the Hokage, everyone looks up to you. Without the Hokage, there is no village. Yes, you can say, well, Kai, what about the Shadow Hokage? Yes, the Shadow Hokage does have a play into it. But when it comes to the face and stuff, the Hokage is really an important job. When the Hokage is falling, the village is falling. When the Hokage is not feeling good, the village is not feeling good. It's like a ricochet. So when the Hokage shows fear, you already know the village is about to show fear. So the Hokage is definitely an important job, and that's why it's not just given away like, oh, hey you down the corner street, you get it, bro. No, it's not like that. You have to really prove your worth to become Hokage. The Hokage is basically the building point of the whole village. Not only do you have to be strong, but you also have to be wise. But with that wise, you also must be compassionate towards others. So knowing the same pain that the other villagers are feeling is definitely an important job of the Hokage. Which is why Kakashi had a hard time with the wedding of Naruto and Hinata. Kakashi wanted everyone to be there, but obviously in a real life situation, not everyone could be in a wedding. You know, you're a village. You have to defend your village, even if you're in times of peace, because if not, then it gives options for people to evade you or to attack you or just in general hurt the village. Another shown plot was with Hiruzen versus Orochimaru. When the Hokage died, the third Hokage, everyone was hurt, even Naruto. And I will say this, Naruto and Hiruzen didn't really have like a tight bond or a relationship or whatever you want to call it. Hiruzen just basically was like pushing him away. He didn't want anything to do Like, he did obviously want to do something with Naruto, but which was shown later. But out of all seriousness and out of all the memes, Hiruzen was, you know, there for Naruto, especially in the later Shippuden episodes. He was there acting like a crazy old man, where him and Naruto was cooking fish, because Naruto caught a fish. Which is kind of what led to Naruto was like, hey, you know what, fuck it. You know, yeah, I'm different. Another good scene to really say as well is Tsunade versus Pain. When Tsunade saw what Pain did to the village, you could just see in her eyes, like, out of all seriousness, her eyes were devastated. She even said it so herself. She was like, this kind of action could not be forgiven. And not just her, but even after, like, when she went to Sakura, even Sakura and the Jonin next to her was kind of like, yo, if the Hokage's down, who's gonna defend us? And that's another scene. And then the scene that I was kind of saving for last. Well, even with Jiraiya, even said to Tsunade, he said, listen, this ain't a fucking joke. The Hokage's role is important. He actually got into a fight with him, and that's kind of what led Tsunade and Naruto to have their little fight when Naruto first met her. Because even Naruto called her out. He was like, how can you just sit there making fun of the old man when the old man did everything he could to protect the village and his loved ones? There was also a scene where he looked into Konohamaru and said, dude, he said, grandson, listen, when my time comes, it's time for me to defend this village. These villagers are like my friend, my family. Maybe not by blood, but definitely by spirit. And it is my job to protect them. And then finally, the final scene I love to fucking talk about. And this is the only scene where I kind of give props to the Boruto series, but not really. Was the scene with Naruto in, I think, Monoshiki. Sasuke basically explained to Boruto, he was like, dude, if Naruto wanted to, he could wipe that thing out, no fucking problem. But Naruto's first responsibility was, you know, to protect the village. So the Hokage's role is definitely not something to be laughing at. When you have the Hokage role, you have a lot of honor to withhold. Not just because you're wearing that cloak, but because you're showing the images of the other Hokage. It's such an important role. And don't get me wrong, the Shadow Hokage has a more important role. And I love the Hokage role. And this is kind of why I like. That's why I call myself the Hokage, and that's why I call. I just said Sasuke. Sasuke here with the Shadow Hokage. It's really. I feel like the Boruto series really hit that right on the nail. The only reason why we didn't love it was because, you know, Naruto was nerfed. But when you sit down there and just go through the cringe and you fucking turn it on to that one scene, you can just tell, like, Naruto was ready to give his life up. He didn't care that he was going to leave Hinata. He didn't care that he was going to leave Himimari. He didn't care that he was going to leave Boruto or Sasuke. He was ready to throw his life down. And that's why Sasuke went back and, you know, tried to get him. And then another perfect scene. I haven't watched it all the way, but also from Boruto. Him and Kurama was ready to die for the sake of the village, for the sake of the whole world. If you asked me whether or not you think, like, hey, you think the Hokage should also have the role of defending the world? No. I think he's just, I feel like it was Naruto's job, because he was known as the Child of Prophecy, to do that such honor. But as a normal Hokage like Kakashi or Tsunade, I really don't think they would have went out of their way to save someone like the Hidden Cloud Village or the Hidden Water Village. Maybe the Hidden Sand Village because of Gaara. But before that time, no, I definitely don't think so. Unless it affected them personally. So like the Blood Prison movie, that affected every Hokage, or Kage I should say, not Hokage. It affected every Kage, so Tsunade had no choice to lock up Naruto. She had to do it from a perspective of like, hey, if I don't do this, these villages could come against me and fuck my village over. So something like that, man. But back to that scene though. Naruto and Kurama was ready to like give up their life for that world, and not just because it affected them, but because it affected everything. And I hate to admit it, but it really hit that spot dead on, especially if you grew up watching Naruto and then Shippuden. You know Naruto's true nature, and that's one thing they do stick with throughout Boruto. Is I hope they do at least. There's already fan-made shit coming out with like him getting mad over Boruto, or him going up against the Kage because they want to kill Boruto. You want my honest opinion? No. That wouldn't happen. I don't think it would happen. Yes, he would be distraughted, but I really don't think he's gonna go and kill Gaara all because he agreed to kill his son. Nor do I think he would like stand up against them, because I feel like Sasuke would stop him. I don't think Sasuke would be by his side on that one either. I think Sasuke would be like, hey dude, you need to stand down. I feel your pain, and I get it. Because Sasuke has lost a lot of people in his life. He lost his brother, he lost his mother, he lost his father, he lost his little doggy. Poor dog.
He lost his clan.
Lost his clan.
I mean, the Uchiha clan. Listen, they were bad. Don't get me wrong, but
they definitely lost.
That was. Well, most of them they weren't bad people. Don't get me wrong. It's just that the Uchiha clan had the curse of hatred. So.
Yeah, the curse, or how Madara says it, the curse of love.
Yeah, because it was said that no Uchiha feels, or like nobody can feel love like the Uchiha clan. Is how it said it.
Yeah. So I mean, I really don't think Sasuke would sit there and let Naruto team up against the fucking Kage like that. I think he would try to stop him, and if he couldn't stop Naruto, then it ruins.
I mean, Sasuke and.
I mean, yeah, Sasuke and him is tight and stuff. Like, that's his brother. Sasuke's made that very known. Even Boruto in the series called him Uncle Sasuke at one point, I believe. I'm pretty sure.
If I remember correctly, in Boruto, Sasuke and Naruto are pretty much tied in terms of
like friendship wise and like brotherhood and stuff.
Well, abilities as well.
Yeah. So I really don't.
Ever since they got nerfed, they're pretty much tied.
Yeah. So I really don't think Sasuke would let Naruto stand there and try to challenge the cage. Nor do I think he would side up to help him out. I really don't think so. Sasuke cares more about his family, I feel like, than his Naruto. I know that sounds cruel to say, because that sounds like I'm ruining their like fucking bond, but I think it's just the honest truth. We've seen it in Boruto where Sasuke has tried to connect with his daughter. So I don't know. I really don't think Sasuke would side with Naruto on this. But Naruto would never do that. I will sit here and say it as a Naruto glazer. That would just ruin his character. That would ruin everything you stand up for, everything you fought for. But off the topic of Naruto, more towards the Hokage, I feel like the other Hokage would be against him on that as well. Even Hashirama would say, nah, dude. But the Hokage is really something important. And it even showed that in Boruto. He even told Ishiki, he was like, yo, you want me to show you resolution or something? He's like, well, bring it on, I'll show you. And just a scene like that, Naruto is ready to like throw down his life as Hokage in order to save the world one more time, or his village one more time, I should say. And Sasuke was there side by side, so it's such an important role, and I don't feel like a lot of people go in depth with it. But not a random person gets to be chosen as Hokage. Like I said, you have to prove your worth. You have to be strong, but as compassionate as ever, and smart. Which Naruto wasn't really. He was kind of lacking in the smart department, but that's why he had somebody like Shikamaru, and then he had Sasuke next to him. So that kind of added up to it. So, and then later on, Iruka and Kakashi made it to where he could study. So they told him, "Listen, you got to study if you want to become Hokage." So I definitely think around the end, or like kind of in the beginning of the whole fucking Naruto, the OG, you kind of got to see what the Hokage really stood for and what he stood up for. And I know there's a lot of memes about Hiruzen. Hiruzen was by far probably not the strongest Hokage, but his ways were, appropriate for that Hokage role. He was doing things that, he thought was going to be able to, like, ensure the safety of the village. Especially after Minato. After he died, Hiruzen was I think he kind of went lighthearted after that. From what it was shown in Shippuden. Because then, like I said, within those Shippuden episodes, you got to see him hang out with Naruto. It's just Naruto didn't know that was Hiruzen. I don't know why, but you would think that a little kid would know that that's the third Hokage. But anyways, and it's not just him, it's not just Tsunade, but Minato was another one. Minato had a child, a newborn child, and yes, he did save his child, but that wasn't the first thing on his mind. His first thing on his mind was, or the first thing he said was, now that I have you safe, it's time to protect the village. He wasn't even thinking about his wife. From what I remember, he wasn't even thinking about his kid at the time. He was just like, dude, who the fuck is this guy coming into my village? And what made it worse was his wife was giving birth to his kid. So I feel like that was another perfect scene to really show the Hokage's worth in the village. And then Hashirama, that is the main scene by far. Him and some girl coming up to him, or some little kid. She was scared of Madara, but then she saw that he was hanging out against Hashirama, and she was like, alright. But even Hashirama and Madara were talking to each other, and they were like, hey, there's no point in stopping now. There's other clans that want to join us. We have to show that we actually are meaning business, and we want peace for the ninja world. And Madara kind of went his different one out because, he thought it wasn't working anymore. Or Hashirama had faith in their ways and stuff. Hashirama had a lot of faith with those. When it came to those two, like with him and Madara, he had a lot of faith in each other. And it just goes to show his role as Hokage. I don't think I could say it any better than how I said it now, but definitely the Hokage role is definitely a really important role, to say the least. So yeah, the only other thing I can say for sure about the Hokage is it definitely doesn't go down by who you are related to, because if that was the case, then Kakashi would have never became Hokage. Kaku
Well,
wasn't.
no, because he was related to the White Fang, so he would have still had a chance.
Well, the White Fang wasn't really regarded as like the White Fang wasn't related to anyone. It was just a White Fang, and then it was Kakashi. I mean, you can say, yeah, he was related to the fourth Hokage, but what I'm talking about is it doesn't go down in blood. Is what I should have said first. It doesn't go by blood. I really don't think so, at least. Yeah, you can counter me with fucking Hiruzen and Tsunade, but I don't even know. Hiruzen was in his own fucking clan. Sarutobi clan. So, the only reason why he got Hokage was because of the second Hokage. So, I really don't think it matters in blood. I think anyone could achieve this role. And this server, if something happens to
I don't think it'd go down in blood either, because pretty sure Shikamaru was Hokage for a little bit.
Yeah, he's gonna be Hokage, so Shikamaru is just related to the Nara clan. I will say this, in this server, if something was to happen to my character, I feel like Skullfire would be the next one up. Unless we find someone promising, someone that can, pick up the role. But I wouldn't worry though, because I'm not dying anytime soon.
I should go for the Shadow Hokage.
Yeah.
Alright, so basically, the Shadow Hokage is the person who helps the Hokage do the dirty things. Like Naruto and Sasuke. Sasuke was the Shadow Hokage, so he took care of things behind the scenes, while Naruto, well, like Kai said earlier, the Hokage is usually the public face of everything. So, while Naruto took care of that stuff, Sasuke would take care of things behind the scenes, like, let's say, handling something that Naruto can't get to. Well, that's Sasuke's thing. And it's not just that. There's other things that the Shadow Hokage can do as well. But usually, the Shadow Hokage, to sum it up in shorter sentence, basically somebody who does the things that the Hokage can't, or they just run things behind the scenes.
Basically, yeah, that's basically, to wrap that thing up, that's basically, yeah. To say our village got attacked, don't get me wrong, I feel like if anyone knows Snowy, you can say it out loud, or not out loud, but you can type it in there and say, because you know my character personally, but in an actual scenario of the village, if the village was attacked by another village, technically I don't think the Hokage can go out there and fight with them or attack until it's kind of confirmed, like, hey, we're gonna go to war. But where the Shadow Hokage can, so if somebody were to attack us, I'd send him out there to go fucking go. I almost said to go out there and kill them all, but listen, I ain't that heartless. But yeah, no, the Shadow Hokage is definitely important too, as well. I personally like the Shadow Hokage more. Don't get me wrong, I love the Hokage role, I really do. I said it in the start before I talked about it, and I think I went over it pretty fucking solid and good. But definitely, when it comes to being able to do more, Shadow Hokage. Like I said, the Hokage can't go out there and start fucking killing, or start going out there and starting, like, helping out on the battlefield unless the war was confirmed. They have to confirm it with the feudal lords first. Where the Shadow Hokage, it can be off the record, off the books, basically. Which is why I feel like a lot of people care about the Shadow Hokage, because that's what Itachi was. Itachi was a Shadow Hokage. Actually, I would argue that he was even more than a Shadow Hokage. I feel like he was like the mixture. Like he cared about his village, but at the same time he cared about his family, which was Sasuke. And then later he cared about Naruto, because even then, which is another reason why I kind of like why I love Itachi so much, because Itachi, when reanimated with that little time span that they had, Itachi was, or even before that, Itachi took Naruto under his wing, basically. Like, at the fight between him and Itachi, he told Naruto, he was like, dude, I don't want to fight you, I just want to talk. And he said, why are you so fixated on my brother? And Naruto was like, well, no offense, but I like to think of myself more as a brother to him than you are. Which he didn't say no offense, he just kind of said, hey, I'm more of a brother than you are, fool. You're nothing but shit towards him. But this was before Naruto and Sasuke knew the true pain of Itachi, I would like to say. But right in that moment, Itachi kind of took Naruto under his wing, because even Itachi smiled after he said that. And he put a crow into him. And later on, when he got reanimated, he even told Naruto, he was like, dude, you can't take everything on your own. If you're ever wanting to become Hokage, the Hokage shares that pain equally with the others. The Hokage is the leader of the village. He does not do everything on his own. And that's really an important wake-up call for Naruto, because he said just because you have all this power doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. Where my foolish little brother thinks that's the case. So it's really something important.
Naruto just thought, well, or not Naruto, but Sasuke. He was thinking, well, you know,
let me do everything
power
alone.
Yeah.
I will say this to end this discussion, because I think it's a good point to stop on this discussion. But the scene where you can confirm what me and Skullfire are saying is true is the final battle between Naruto and Sasuke. The look on Sasuke's face when he started to realize Naruto genuinely fucking cared about him, that face says it all. He actually, like, I don't know, I love that scene so fucking much. Because when you're watching it, you don't think about it that way, but until you sit there and like watch it, you can look at it and be like, holy shit, that's not. He was giving that face because he realized Naruto genuinely cared about him, and that's the role of Hokage, care about everyone in this village, which means a lot, to say the truth. And I think that's kind of where we kind of like. After that battle, that was kind of the point of where you're like, alright, yeah, he's gonna actually become Hokage. This isn't no fucking child's dream anymore. This is a grown man, or a grown boy turning into a man. And his original teammate that was going against him, realized that Naruto's dream wasn't just a dream now, it was a reality, because he was like, holy shit, after all the suffering I caused you, you still care for me as a friend and as a brother. Let's be honest here. I don't feel like any other person besides maybe Goku would sit there and go through that. What the shit Naruto went through. Naruto went into hyperventilating over Sasuke because he found out that, he was gonna kill the Raikage was gonna kill him. And let's be honest here, the Raikage could have fucking killed him. Sasuke was not that strong yet. Don't get me wrong, he was strong, but not as strong as the Raikage. Not even Naruto was.
The Raikage could have, yeah.
So it's just that one scene. If you just go and look at it and just spend 5 minutes, because his face, they did a good job animating that. into an actual a actual scene where he looks basically like he freaked out basically when he found out like Naruto cared that much about him. So I think that's a good stopping point for the Hokage and the Shadow Hokage role. So if you guys got any questions, hopefully me and him did good on that.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Someone crash out and Swiss Crease all y'all, bro.
For real. I'll probably retire if that's the case.
We're not doing a good job, but then yeah, I guess it's time to
just wrap it up.
Wrap it up, Unc.
Exactly. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Any questions?
I would assume not, because we're just that goated.
I would hope so. Are we just that goated? We really,
yeah.
Out of all the other podcasts we've done so far, I think we really went into detail with this one.
And a gap session.
Yeah, it was a good one.
You're yammering.
Dude, I love the Hokage's role. I really do.
Okay, stop glazing, son.
Listen, I can't help it, bro.
Stop glazing, Sonny. Just because your favorite characters in the role does not mean anything.
No, he's gonna get killed.
Look at people like Hashirama, man. That dude was the GOAT. And then you got Tobirama. Dude just hated the Uchiha. And then you had Hiruzen.
And then Tsunade.
I mean, Hiruzen wasn't too, like...
I know, like I said, I know there's, like, a lot of memes about him, like, treating Naruto like shit, but come on now.
I mean, he did, but, like, it could have been worse.
I mean, yeah, at least he gave the man rent. I mean, shit. Rent money.
There's your rent, Sonny.
Use it wisely.
You had Minato, right?
Yeah.
And then you had Tsunade.
Yeah, and then Kakashi.
And then Naruto.
Yeah. I can't really... I would love to go over Shikamaru, but I haven't... You guys already know me about Boruto.
I'm pretty sure he's only in the manga right now.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys know me and Skullfire pretty well. We don't really care for Boruto. We kind of follow it off of the online reels and online, like, fucking, for the, like, manga. To answer your...
Personally, I've never cared for Boruto.
I haven't cared for it either. Yeah. Jack, yes. As of now, I am the Hokage, and Skullfire here is my Shadow Hokage.
Jackass.
He said, are you the Shadow Hokage for Kai?
That should have been pretty obvious, man.
Yeah, that should be pretty obvious. Nah, Skullfire does an amazing job as the Shadow Hokage.
I'm the GOAT.
He doesn't, like... I'm sorry, I wouldn't ask anyone else for the job. Honest to God. Like, all glaze aside, I don't... Like, don't get me wrong, some of you guys are worthy to a degree, but when it comes to that job, nah, Skullfire, he knocks it out of the water.
Because I'm the GOAT.
But, for the end and final discussion...
What is the surprise first?
I mean, you can look at it both ways. You either think it's gonna be ass, or you're gonna be like, cool. So for the final one, I don't think this is talked about a lot, but the Kekkei Genkais.
Okay, buddy. Okay, I thought we... I guess we haven't went over this yet.
I mean, what do you... you know what? That'll be the surprise. What do you want to go over?
What Kekkei Genkai would you even want to speak about?
Haku's
Ice Kekkei Genkai. Alright, Buster.
I mean, hey, if you want to go over something, go ahead. That would be the surprise then.
Talk about, I mean, I guess we could talk about an eye.
Well, what eye do you want to talk about? There's many eyes.
There's a lot of eyes, yeah. Personally, I don't really want to talk about the Boruto eyes because I haven't been caught up on... I've been barely caught up on those. I know all about these other eyes. It's just I don't know about Boruto.
I think we'll save that for Fridays. For the Friday
'Cause
one.
I gotta learn. I gotta
Yeah,
learn
same.
things. I guess we should talk about the Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan.
Yeah.
I'll take the lead on this one because I'm the GOAT.
Alright.
But anyway, so you guys already know the base Sharingan, 1, 2, or 3 Tomo Sharingan, with the usual ability as copying Jutsu, reading abilities, you know, being able to cast strong genjutsu, you know, all that good stuff. But then, after you reach a certain point of pain and trauma, you end up unlocking the Mangekyou Sharingan. This is where you gain your special eye ability, which there's multiple. You can't like specifically define one eye ability into the Mangekyou. There's Kamui, there's Amaterasu, there's Madara's time ability, there's Shisui's Genjutsu, there's Itachi had Amaterasu. Then after, I'm pretty sure it has to be your brother, right? Yeah. After you you have your brother, and you have to have the Mangekyou Sharingan. And once you take your brother's eye and implant it into your own, you unlock the Mangekyou Sharingan, which allows you to have 2 abilities. Because you also unlock the abilities of your brother's Mangekyou Sharingan. I think I did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah. Guys,
I mean, I guess it could be your sister too.
guys, we don't talk about we don't talk about that, Snowy.
Sure.
Bro.
Sure.
No,
Just do a
bro.
refresh. Just do a refresh.
We don't talk about that. It's
What you getting at?
No, sorry guys. I was trying to. If you want to know what we're laughing at, dude, I switched it to Itachi. Well, the Itachi one doesn't show music, so I tried to put in music while you were explaining, and an ad went off, and I paused it real fast. But I'm pretty sure they heard everything, cause I did. But
I would hope so, but I need you guys to stop laughing, or I'm gonna switch trees all y'all. Shut up, Snowy. I didn't ask you to speak.
I was trying. Here. Let me wait. Hang on.
God, man, you guys.
Listen, it's happened to me before. I need to get an ad blocker. I'm not laughing at you, bro. It was a funny little
you guys disappoint me. I'm gonna usurp your
Oh my god, bro, it ain't worth it. Don't do it, bro. Here we go.
Usurp that Hokage.
No, bro, you were helping me. I was trying to do something cool for you. Alright, continue.
Whatever you say, Birdie.
I
already finished.
Look at the screen, bro. No, you could go a lot more. Talk about this.
What else do you want me to
Talk about his eyes, bro. You said EMS. There's like 5. Yes, there's 4. Isn't there like 4 different versions?
Itachi did not have EMS, moron. I can tell you who all had EMS. No, there's Sasuke, Madara, I'm pretty sure that was it. I think it was just those 2.
Well, what are Alright.
I can go, okay, I'll go into more depth. Alright, I got you. Alright, so, Madara's ability, I guess I didn't really go into about this, but basically his ability allows you to go back 5 minutes in the past. Now, I know that doesn't seem like much, but as it was stated, Obito could only use Kamui for about 5 minutes. So, I mean, that's good, that's big, right there. It could allow you to even dodge death. And he unlocked his EMS whenever his brother died. I forgot his name. I'm not even gonna lie. But anyway, he stole. His brother had the eternal or the Mangekyou, and he was and moderated. So after Izuna died, he just took his eyes and implanted them into his own, and he got EMS. And then Sasuke was able to get his after okay, alright, so Sasuke, I'm going off the top of my head, by the way. I have nothing here.
I got you, fam. Don't worry.
Sasuke got his after his fight with Itachi.
Yep, you got it right.
Okay, good. And Obito helped him implant his eyes.
Yep.
Into Sasuke's, and he unlocked EMS, which his abilities include Amaterasu and pretty sure that's it. He never unlocked Tsukiyomi or anything.
Yeah, nah.
He unlocked Amaterasu. Well,
Sasuke,
I don't.
I want to say, like, I feel like sometimes, but this is just my personal opinion, I feel like sometimes Sasuke got screwed over on that deal, because it's just Amaterasu. Now, I know what you're saying, you're probably going to be like, yo, are you fucking retarded? But let's be honest here.
Amaterasu has flopped against a couple different people.
Yeah.
But it does work, so... I mean, really, it's balanced. It's balanced.
It's a hit or miss. It depends on who you're going up against.
Depending on how you look at it.
If you're going up against somebody that has like chakra mode, where they can like push chakra off of them, then no, it's not gonna work. If it's somebody that absorbs, they're cooked. I don't know if Nagato was able to or not. I don't know. I would have to go.
I mean, I guess he got better at his genjutsu as well from it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume he would if he didn't.
I would
He's
hope.
just a bum, but
I would hope so. Itachi's genjutsu was amazing from his eyes, so I would hope that he would get better.
Okay, that was your more in-depth explanation. Are you happy?
Yes. In other words, the EMS was way kind of way more important.
EMS, if you can use it right and you have the right abilities, it could be... I'm not going to say it's better than the Rinnegan, but I will say it's...
It definitely depends on the ability you got.
Yes.
Like Kamui,
and if you have more than one.
If you had two eyes for Kamui, which is what Kakashi and Obito had at a certain point. No, not Obito. I don't know if he had it. Kakashi. Yeah, Kakashi.
During his fight with Kaguya.
I want to say, doesn't it increase? Because if you just have one eye, and then you implant the other, it should increase.
You can probably have up to 10 minutes of Kamui.
You
can stay in there for 10 minutes straight.
I would sit here and say that Kamui is 20 times probably better than the Rinnegan, depending on the Rinnegan ability that you got. Like,
well, there's some people had like multiple different abilities with the Rinnegan.
Like, if you had the ability that Sasuke had for his Rinnegan, I feel like Kamui would be better. Because, yeah, sure. Excuse me.
Okay, Sasuke had multiple different abilities with his.
I'm talking more about like he had the planetary devastation, and then he had the teleportation. I feel like Kamui could easily balance out those two, because like let's say like the fight with him and Monoshiki when he teleported, I feel like all Obito had to do right there in that moment is just like disappear, because then that chain would just fall down. And then if you're
Obito would get folded by Momoshiki, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
It's just not happening.
But I'm just saying, like, an ability like that Sasuke used on Momoshiki, I just see Obito able to escape that. Same with
He's not gonna be able to escape for long, though. That's the
yeah.
thing. Well, that's how Sasuke was able to get out, was because he was able to teleport out of the chains and switch back. Which is why I think teleportation is so good. Because if you're trapped, you can just switch places with the guy and have him trapped.
Or any object for that matter.
Exactly.
And then, like I said, with the whole planetary devastation thing, all you have to do is teleport not teleport, but go into a different dimension with Kamui, because it had the ability to do that. So.
But the sad thing is that he only had one of his eyes, so he could only use it for 5 minutes top. If you guys want to know where I'm getting this, it's because of his fight with Conan.
Yeah, his fight with Conan was amazing.
She said, like, well, if I'm right, he should only have about 5 minutes of time to use Kamui.
He was overusing it, though, in the fucking war.
What?
He was overusing it, though, in the war, so...
Exactly.
I think he probably gotten better with
He was using that more than Sasuke and Susanoo.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. But yeah. Are you happy now?
Yeah. Yeah, the Sharingan,
You greedy?
No, I'm not greedy.
Yes, you are.
Nuh-uh.
Or if you're clip farming.
No.
Yes.
The eyes don't really get talked about a lot.
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you guys right now, those eyes don't get talked about. Not even the Kurama eyes, not even the Sage Art eyes, not even the only thing that gets over talked with is the Rinnegan eyes. At the time, Rinnegan was considered superior, but as of now, it's just a bunch of fucking light bulbs being able to put into your eye, apparently.
Still, the Rinnegan is superior to the Sharingan and a lot of the other dojutsu.
Yeah.
Especially Sasuke's, and that's not even great.
Sasuke had an amazing eye when he got the Rinnegan.
Well, it got taken away.
Yep.
Fucking Boruto. God, man. I still despise him.
I despise that too. I really do. Like, when I saw that scene, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? A little kid? A little kid. Which, I mean, obviously it wasn't a little kid because it had Momoshiki, but shit.
You would have thought bro could just teleport.
Exactly.
And that's why I see why you like Kamui, though. If you just bring up that scene right there.
Oh my god, that scene annoys the fuck out of me. Same with like the whole. Not even that. I feel like when they animate it finally, I'm pretty sure they did. But the whole scene where he gets fucking sealed away in a different universe with Hinata, oh, that shit's gonna piss me the fuck off. That's gonna annoy the shit out of me.
It's ridiculous.
People
glaze on Boruto, but then they see their goats get sealed away. My goat is stuck in a tree. That dude is stuck in a tree.
Dude, we're waiting for the comebacks, man.
No, there is no, bro. They're gonna die.
They probably will die.
I hate to say this.
I don't think this is. Listen, we love Naruto. We love Shippuden. We love that shit. We love all the movies that they made besides the Boruto movie. But I don't feel like Kishimoto's gonna come back like that. I don't think he's gonna say, nah, we're gonna make a comeback with Naruto and Sasuke. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see Naruto walk out of the fucking dimension coming out with a full-grown beard. And I would like to see fucking Sasuke come out there having like some fucking shit on or some good-ass drip coming out there, bro. I would love to see that, but like Skullfire said, I really doubt that's gonna ever happen. I don't think Kishimoto's gonna make that move.
The most likely thing is that they're both gonna die, or one of them is, and then one of them dies. The next one dies eventually.
I will say this: I really truly think Naruto is gonna be the first one to die. Because if you start on episode 1 of Boruto, Kawaki looks at Boruto and says, "I'm gonna do you like I did to the 7th Hokage." And that scene wasn't really detailed well enough to know whether or not he's talking about like, "Hey, am I?" We don't know if he's talking about, "Hey, I'm gonna do you like I did with the Hokage and seal him into the universe, into a different dimension," or what he, or
I don't like
he kills
Kawaki
him.
either.
Yeah.
I don't like any of them, to be honest.
I think
There's some
Kawaki's like
characters I can stand.
the only thing I like about Boruto is, like I said, those 2 scenes, and then his older character design, like when he gets older, he looks like if Naruto and Sasuke had a kid, man. Generally,
Don't say that.
I wish I shouldn't say that, but you saw what he looks like when he gets older.
I know what he looks like. Just you don't gotta put it like that.
Listen, if I don't do it, somebody else will.
Listen, you don't need to do it on this podcast.
Exactly. No, I don't. I'm not gonna do it on this podcast. I'm gonna take that back. Listen,
Keep that out of your mouth,
I'm like,
Buster.
that's like that one thing we saw. We're not even gonna talk about that. That stays between me and you, bro. I think you could know. Yeah, no, I already know. That's something that we don't speak about. That was horrendous.
What we saw was actually just terrible.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, it was bad. I think that's enough for today's podcast. If you guys got any questions for Skullfire here, or me, go ahead and ask them. This is the
Say
final.
my name because I'm like the LeBron James of this podcast.
This is the final questions. Cause I'll be like,
I'm probably gonna be in bed, to be honest.
I'll be like Itachi and Dip.
I'm probably gonna be in bed, to be honest. Actually, another useful thing is Itachi's crows. That'd also be very useful.
Yeah, because he was able to disappear, regardless. Jack said,
But you know, that wraps it up.
Jack said, if you think about it, Obito is like a walking glitch. He means by his eyes and abilities. If Obito wanted to, he could have killed several characters back in the earlier anime sections. But we know he didn't and had things masterly planned. Yes, definitely. I do agree with you on that. If Obito really wanted to,
like a glitch, but you know, he could have ended the show pretty early.
yeah,
especially
if he really
since
wanted to.
wasn't around.
And no other.
Because he wasn't around anymore. No other ninja in that village could beat him.
The only ninja that actually 2, I'll say 2. Or no, 3. The only 3, and you guys are gonna find this horrendous. The only 3 ninja that could come close to beating him, or came close to beating him, was number 1. No, I should say 4 then. Number 1 was Minato. He got a hit off
about
of him.
the earlier sections, so you know.
Yeah, so well, I just mean like throughout the whole. Well, yeah, I guess I should. Yeah, earlier sections.
That's what Jack was talking about.
Minato and then Jiraiya. Call me fucking crazy, but Jiraiya was glazed so fucking much, and then he even stared into the eyes of Itachi. So you can take that how you want, but you have to look at it from this standpoint of view. Before we even knew about Shippuden and how strong Jiraiya really was, he was already getting glazed upon all the other villagers. So
I feel like Jiraiya would still lose, though.
yeah, but you have to remember, we hadn't had any detail about him. All we knew is that he attacked the village. So, and
if we're talking about,
and he was growing up. So,
if we're talking about, let's say, Jack's talking about the earlier sections. So, like, if I had to assume, he'd be talking about early Shippuden, like episodes 1 through 32, and then the first show. If we're talking about that, there's no Minato. There's Jiraiya. And then there's Kakashi. But even Kakashi didn't even have his
Yeah, Kakashi wasn't even showing his abilities, his true abilities yet, in that either. Kakashi was
I mean,
just glazed.
Kakashi didn't even have his Mangekyou yet, so he wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah. Now
I'm sorry, but Kakashi's losing that fight, and then Jiraiya. Listen, it could go either way, but my bets are on Obito.
and that's why I said too. I said only people that I think would get a hit off of him or even come close would just be Minato and Jiraiya. Now, if we're going overall, um, like after knowing him, there was only 4 ninja that I can think of that came close to either being able to hit him, or just being able to beat him. First one that could hit him would be probably Jiraiya, like I said. Second one would be Minato. Minato actually got a hit off of him. But however, he would not be able to beat him. Fourth person, Naruto. If you watch Road to the Ninja, Naruto got the same hit Minato got off of him. And then the fourth ninja is Konan. She actually got his ass good. What saved him though was like
He had
Skullfire
these
said.
in Zanagi.
So those are the only 4 people that I think would like be able to get a hit off of him. If you guys haven't watched Road to the Ninja, I'm telling you right fucking now, go watch it tomorrow. Road to the Ninja is amazing. Especially, like, I don't want to spoil plot, but if you want to see Itachi, watch Road to the Ninja. You'll fucking like Itachi in there. I'm telling you right now, man. Kishimoto cooked on that one. Road to the Ninja hits close, but I'll save Road to the... I feel like...
Is there any other things, questions? Because we're not going to get too sidetracked here. I'm looking at you, Kai.
We'll talk about Road to the Ninja on Friday. So you
You're
guys...
yapping a lot.
I love yapping.
We know, bro. We know.
Road to the Ninja would be sick. So Road to the Ninja Friday, and then... What else did I say?
Oh my god.
Well, they're still typing.
Listen. Road to the Ninja, and...
I mean, that's what podcasts are for, me yapping.
Hang on. I'm trying to think. You said Road to the Ninja and...
What else did I say, guys?
I forgot.
I forgot too.
Oh,
the fucking eyes for Boruto.
Yeah, the eyes for Boruto. The eyes for Boruto are weird, though. I only know a couple.
Yeah. Listen, I can't promise that I'm gonna have everything known, but I will try my best.
I could... I probably know more.
This would be like Friday would be like the only would be like the only time on a podcast where I would have notes. There's just so much. But
I know typing.
Gray, Jack, you got any questions? Remy, you? Snowy said nah. Jack, for real, answer us, bro. Don't. Remy said no. Jack got no questions either.
Who else? There's Gray. There's just Gray.
Nah, but how I see the cage system still stands. Not gonna. Yeah. Listen.
How does Gray see the cage system?
How do you see it, Gray?
Or the Kage system?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. No, that's not the truth.
What did he say? Wait, what did he say?
He said simple. I noticed that only powerful members can got to be Hokage. No, I'm gonna stop you there.
Because okay, first of all, Shikamaru, he's not the strongest, but he's intelligent, extremely intelligent. Still able to make it to Hokage.
And then Hiruzen.
Hiruzen wasn't even that strong. He just got glazed.
And then Tsunade. She didn't do... The only thing she did was healing.
I feel like if she would have inherited Wood Style, it would have been a whole different thing.
Whole different story.
But, you know, what you just said there was not true.
Yeah. You did not... I'm gonna say it now, Gray. You didn't cook there. Night, Remy. That's pretty much it, though. For tonight's podcast. I think I'm gonna end this outro.
They're already leaving. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I should have Gray come back in here and just yap to him more. That's what I should do. You guys can go to bed.
What he just said was crazy,
that was horrendous. Actually, Jack, get his ass back in here. I'm gonna yap to him more. He ain't escaping like that. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed this. Let us know what you think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Snowy, you better get ready then, little bro, if you're gonna do it with me. Alright, ready, Snowy?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'll do it too.
Yeah, Jack, you do it too, Jack. Oh wait, no, Jack's in the car. Yeah, you gotta do it with us, Skull. Alright, 3, 2, 1. And remember, everyone! Yeah, your shoes!
Peace.
Peace!